We only spent one day at Roca Partida. The water was getting pretty rough. Captain decided that we only had the one day for diving, and that wasn't going to chance us doing more dives the following day. So we went back to Soccoro and spent the rest of the trip over there. This is a shot of Soccoro taken from the deck that our room was on where the hot tub was. And you can see Soccoro Island isn't very big. We're coming up to view the Cabo Pierce dive site, which is right there at the very tip. And here's a diagram drawing of what the dive site looks like. We ended up diving here for the next 2 days and did all our dives here except for one dive, which we were able to anchor right off of the location and just dive off the back of the boat. That's a list of the staff that was on board and kind of a sample itinerary of how our day would usually go when we had 4 dives per day. And here's 2 dolphin that I was able to get just barely from the camera. Except for Roca Partida and the Petite Boiler, all our dives were going down an anchor line. This is a cleaning station that was on our dive site. All these yellow fish with the black lines at the top, they're called barber fish, get up to 6 inches in length, 10 to 70 feet. And they're hanging around waiting for some fish to come in for cleaning. Coming at the bottom middle right now is a forceps fish, 6 inches in length, 30 to 130 foot depths. This is a long-tail stingray. Get up to 3.5 feet, 1 to 140 foot depths, and they rest partially buried on sandy and rubble bottoms. And when they're moving, they glide over the bottom with a wave-like body motion. And this is a giant manta ray. Dead center is a scrawled filefish, and just to the right you can see the trumpetfish, which was hanging upside down, and you can see it's a quite different color from the yellow one we saw before. I believe this is a Galapagos shark, up to 7 feet, 10 to 100 foot depths. They may ignore divers or make a close pass. may be dangerous, especially in the vicinity of spear fishing activities. Here's an octopus squeezed into a crevice that I'm filming, and in a couple of seconds you're going to see a bright light. Somebody has a flashlight, which they're not allowed to have in the Soccoro Islands, but they had the flashlight anyway and shined it on my octopus. The Mexican government does not allow lights, knives, or gloves in the Soccoro Islands. I can understand gloves because they don't want you touching anything. Knives, I really don't understand, but that's governments for you. The lights, the reason being, or the reason they quote as being, is that they give off an electrical signal that may be irritating to the wildlife. Tropical flounder, up to 16 inches at depths of 10 to 100 feet. They're also known as the flowery flounder, and you can see how quickly they blend into the background. When flounders are first born, their eyes are on opposite sides of their body like other fish, and as they grow, they eventually migrate so that both eyes are on one side of the body. And that beeping you hear is my computer telling me I'm going to die soon if I don't go up and get some fresh air. Look closely. Can you see what I'm trying to film over here? Can you make out this starfish? It was a pretty good size. I don't have a determination on what kind it is, but I did not see very many of them, and I thought that one was interesting. Ken and Vicky doing a swim by. You've seen these before. Look at how well it's camouflaged, and you have to be very careful that you didn't put your hands on top of these fish because they are venomous. Bicolor parrotfish, max 2 feet, 10 to 120 foot depths. They're wary and usually move away from divers, so I couldn't get that close to them. So here's another sea chub. This is at the Petite Boiler, and this is where we were able to just jump off the back of the boat. They anchored very close, so we're only maybe 20 yards or so away from the Petite Boiler location, but you can see the different color markings. This is dive 501 on 12/29/12 Saturday. Max depth on this was 73 feet with a 48-foot average. This is my last shot of the film, and it's only fitting that a giant manta ray is swimming away into the sunset.